passionate. I work hard so when it pop, it ain't on accident. Yeah, I'm always on go. Better watch your I go. Don't forget to let you know I be ballin'.
Hi loves, I hope you're doing great. Thank you for tuning in. If you're here, you want to know how to make a hot glue unit, and this video is going to show you exactly how I made this unit on my head using her hair company's hair. I used their straight hair, two 22-inch bundles, and I actually just recorded this Get Ready With Me featuring their hair as well, so you guys will get to see that too. I used, again, two 22-inch bundles of their straight hair along with a frontal, and I believe it's 18 inches if I'm not mistaken. This hair came out beautiful. This unit came out beautiful, and I'm so glad that I was able to record this video for you all. Overall, I give her hair company an A. I actually worked with them before, and I used their Eurasian blonde, and I actually did the blonde straight long wig, and I did a like a teal aqua turquoise bob with it as well. So I do have those two videos featuring her hair company. If you do want to check those out, I will try to remember to link them down below. So it's not much I want to say besides the hair is nice and silky. I actually flat ironed it, but I didn't do piece by piece. I just went through and maybe did 10 pieces, big pieces of hair, and that was it, and that's all I needed, you know. And for a hot glue unit, FYI, you don't want to use too much hair. If you use too much hair, tracks, wefts, whatever, you will get a bulky unit that's probably too big or just too bulky in the mid part back here. So for this unit, I used two bundles. Again, you don't want to use any more than 2.5, 3 bundles. And I used a frontal. Usually, as I mentioned in the Get Ready With Me, I do cut my frontals down. But for this video and for this unit, I didn't cut it down because I wanted to minimize how much hair I had to use, you know, to make it less bulky on my head. You're going to need some thread. I use nylon thread because it breaks less and it gets less tangled for me. I ordered off of eBay. And a needle, I used a C-shaped needle, and I don't remember the number, which is why I didn't say. An elastic band. In the video, I did not show you guys how I sewed it on, but I just sewed it at the end of the frontal where the frontal and the cap meets, and I used like a, I want to say like a 6-7 inch piece, because since the frontal is ear to ear, you don't need too much stretch back there because it'll just be kind of pointless to have an elastic band on it. I get my rolls from eBay just because I make wigs for a living, so I need a lot of elastic. And this is about a 1/2 inch or 1 inch thick. I'm not really sure, probably a 1/2 inch thick. So yeah, that's that. So then you're also gonna need some type of dome cap. This is the one that I use. It's not really focused on any mesh dome cap that I can find. I don't like the full dome cap because, again, it can be a bit heavy. But with the mesh one, it's a little more breathable and it gives you a little more stretch, in my opinion, with the hot glue mesh. So this is by Miss Remy, and I get it from my local beauty supply store. They also have another one. I think it's called the Make a Wig collection or something, and they do have a mesh dome cap with them as well. And again, I didn't film myself sewing on the elastic band, but when I do my sewing machine method video, you will see that. It's pretty self-explanatory, and I've done it in like past videos if you're wondering about that. So I use this hot glue gun, and this one is bigger. I used to use a small mini gun, but the big one helps me get it done quicker and more glue comes out, and it's just way better. And this gets really, really hot. It's 60 watts and 100 watts. I keep it on 60 because the 100 will burn, honey, will burn. And it's just too runny when I put it on 100, so I keep it on 60 for the most part. And I got this from Amazon. It doesn't really have a brand. It just says glue gun for real. So that's that. And lastly, you're going to need, well, not lastly, I'll tell you what's last, but you're going to need some glue sticks that fit your glue gun. They make the big ones like this and like half this size and this whole like long size right here, and I've just been using the long ones till I run out, but I also have the short ones. So these are the full size gun sticks, and not the mini. Be sure not to get the mini because it won't fit in a big gun. Unless you're using a mini gun, then you can get the mini sticks, of course. So lastly, for this unit, what you're gonna need is some hair. So again, I'm using her hair company straight hair, and I will leave the exact like specs and stuff on the screen and down below, and the links of course. So I used again 2 bundles of the 22-inch, and I used the 18-inch frontal, and that was pretty much all I needed to make this unit. So let's go ahead and get started because I don't want to prolong this anymore. I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know your thoughts down below, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask because I'll try to answer as many of you as I can. I know I get a lot of comments and I don't always get to reply, but I'm gonna try, okay? So I am gonna pull it above the cap a little bit, as you can see, just to give myself some room to play with the hairline and to pluck it out and stuff. I'm loving that this hair doesn't have any scent. It's really soft. So I'm actually about to rethread my needle. So I will come back when I'm about to begin hot gluing the unit. Anytime I rethread, I like to at least knot it at least 3 times just to make sure it doesn't come untied, slip through the dome cap or the track, or the weft rather. So yeah. So I know you may be asking, like, why do I have all of this going on here? So on this mannequin head, this is a standard, typical beauty supply store styrofoam mannequin head. I did put a black stocking over. You can put any color stocking, but this is just to stop the styrofoam from breaking apart from the head and getting into the inside of your wig cap. And then I did tape over that, and this is just to be sure that the hot glue does not seep through the cap and stick to the actual you know, mannequin head, and then you'll just be trying to pull, you know, ripping through styrofoam and ripping through the stocking. So this is what the tape is for. So that's how that looks. So then what I do is I measure how much I need for the first one. I do not glue on the actual band because you do not want it to stick until I get to the last one up here. That's when I will actually glue on the band. Just one. Other than that, none. Put the glue on the weft, and you might be able to see that it's smoking because it's really hot. And I actually have it on 60 watts. So with the short pieces, I can glue the entire weft that I cut off, but with the longer pieces I go half. And I just place it trying to make sure it doesn't slide down too much because you don't want too much of the white. Once it's dry, it is white. You don't want too much of that showing.
Yeah, you don't give a damn about what I do. You think you're the coolest. Who would ever wanna be like you? You left my heart in pain. Yeah, you don't have to admit it now. You want me to stay, but I can barely use it now. You left my heart in pain. You want me to stay, yeah, but I can barely use it now. You left my heart in pain.
As I mentioned earlier, as you can see, like, little pieces do come off in here. And like I said, it doesn't bother me. It may bother some people, especially if you have OCD, whatever the case is. But this doesn't directly touch my head, so I really don't care. So that's pretty much it.
You live a high life, limousines through your fantasies. And you were my lifeline. You got me drowning in